talk a little bit about about Roofr, and you guys should have full reign to actually share your screen so you can educate all of our customers over at Project Map It. But I will say, Kendall, if you like this, or if anybody watching this recording likes this webinar likes this, Project Map It will build out a PDF page that you could fit in your proposals. And Nick, I think, is going to be the one that kind of showcases that component as well. So Pete and Nick, I'll let you guys take over a little bit here to talk about Roofr, and you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about each of you as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump on there. Pete McKendrick, like I said, Steve said, we've known each other for a couple of years. I came from a CRM background. That's where Steve and I first connected, and then came over to Roofr. I run partnerships over here, also do some product strategy, you know, and work around the products placement and what features we add and things like that. Work closely with Nick and his team, and you know, and also with our customer success team to just keep fine-tuning the product. I mean, honestly, the goal here at Roofr has always been to create a product that allows the contractor the ability to offer a world-class customer experience, right? We started out as a tool that brokered the relationship between the consumer and the contractor. Realized right away that the contractor, you know, was struggling with the tools that they needed to present a really good, you know, solid customer experience. So we pivoted, started to work on tools for the contractor themselves so that we could help improve that process. And that's where Roofr spawned from. Obviously became a household name with measurements, and then have slowly been evolving, adding some tools. And the goal now is to create, as best as we can, a all-inclusive sales platform for you guys to use to just run the whole sales side of the business at this point. You know, from that measurement tool, using that to create that, you know, that initial appointment or inspection, all the way through to the signature of the contract. And now even at the top end of the funnel, like Steve mentioned, our instant estimator tool. So, you know, we'll dive into it here. I'll let Nick introduce himself, and then Nick's been with us a long time, since the very beginning. So he is the guru of Roofr, and, you know, definitely let him dive into the actual demo, and then we'll kind of run you through everything that it does.
Yeah, and before you do, Nick, so with Project Map It, we've evolved, right, as well, as Roofr. And so for us, when we started, we were really we always talked about the fact that we were a sales tool, but we always said Project Map It can be embedded onto a website, and that was the cool thing. And we pushed that, but the in-home sales part was great. And then just over the last, really, since Pete and I have been talking several months ago, we do recognize the fact that, you know, when you're sending out a proposal of your good, better, and best deal, that's a perfect place to add Project Map It to it. It gives them, hey, here's your good, better, and best deal. And by the way, this is why you should pick our company over any other companies that might be giving you a free estimate. Not only do I have this awesome looking proposal that's professional, very clean and understanding, like it allows the homeowner to quickly understand what they're looking at, as opposed to like a paper copy. And I'm sure Nick will be able to talk about all that. But you really are going to stand out over your competition with a proposal tool like Roofr offers, that you can build out in seconds, and Nick's going to talk about that. But on top of that, putting Project Map It into the proposals. And then on the calculator, the estimator side, it goes on your website. And what a great way to put it on your website. But then underneath that, it's like, hey, this is how much your roof is going to cost, or roughly, oh, by the way, this is why you should choose our company, by adding Project Map It. So like, even between the proposal, and maybe I'm jumping ahead, but between the proposal part of Roofr and the estimator part of Roofr, our platform, Project Map It, fits perfectly with them. So like, Nick, introduce yourself and take us through like all those components that are just awesome.
Show and sell, right?
Show and sell, baby. Show and sell.
Took it right out of my mouth, Pete. That's perfect. I was gonna say that.
You should trademark that.
I know. Pete's got something he's going to trademark, and we're going to be quiet about it. But then you trademark that one too.
Chris Scoville will be mad at you, but that's all right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Steal that from him. Shamelessly steal that.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So I'm Nick. I'm Nick Capobianco. I'm from Roofr. I'm the sales team lead, as Steve said. I've been roofing since I was 12. My dad's a roofer. My uncles are roofers. Got on the roof as a laborer at 12 years old, then shingler, metal installer, salesperson, helped run run my dad's business in production with them as well. And then we started up Roofr and started out as a marketplace, like Pete was said, and grew into what we are now, which is an all-in-one sales platform for roofers, taking you from getting the customer's information and capturing that lead to creating a customer record to measurement and proposal. So we have so much value in there that brings it in, and exactly what Pete and Steven there alluded to, that show and sell aspect, not only with the products that we're going to show you, but adding that perfect extra piece with Project Map It into proposals, into your online presence and stuff, really takes you from a regular roofer that a customer's dealing with to someone who they want to do business with. You're going to crush your competition. You're going to stand out from the rest, and you're going to ultimately close more jobs and get more referrals out of it.
Love it.
Dang, Nick's getting really good at these.
Can you share your screen?
I'm getting there. I'm working on it, Pete. I'm learning from the best. I'm
very smooth, man. Very good.
Yeah, right.
I was impressed. I don't know about Kendall, but I was.
I thought Nick was from Company Cam for a second there.
Yeah, I got a wonderful shirt. I figured mutual partners of both yours and ours. Let's bring it in. So we got everybody in.
I was gonna point that out. I mean, we are integrated with Company Cam, and so is Roofr. Roofr has a ton of great partners as well that just makes everything seamless.
Yeah, and
not to mention they make some incredibly comfortable shirts.
Man, these shirts are so great. Look at how much movement I can do here. This is fantastic.
Yeah, they are very nice.
I don't have a Company Cam shirt yet.
You got to catch them at a show.
Yeah, you got to reach out to Go quick.
Talk to Mike Knott.
Yeah, or Mike Knott.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. I don't have one either. So.
That's it.
You got to hit them up at a show. They hide them under the
Company
table.
Cam, what have I done?
Kendall, do you guys use Company Cam where you are?
Yeah, so we do use Company Cam. I'm not very familiar with it. So I'm just learning how to use it, but I know Jose they've been using it. It's been Jose's kind of thing. But now I'm about to, take over that too.
Yeah. Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Awesome. So I'll
Nick,
quickly show my screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was going to say, share your screen and let's see what Roofr's all about, man. I want to see all three of those components.
Awesome. So there's some really cool stuff that I'm about to show and kind of break down, and some of it is super, super top secret because it's getting released in a couple hours, Pete.
Oh, snap.
So some exciting stuff to check out, which is going to be really, really fun. We have our instant estimator, as we all know, but we have an instant estimator version 2 coming out, which is super exciting because the power of this tool is it's incredible what you can do with this now. So I'm just going to grab an address and ready to post this up. So entire screen and boom. You guys could all see me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So one cool thing, and I'll bring up our other partner here, shameless partner plug, roofing.com. So what we have here is a instant quote feature on there. So our instant estimator is on their page, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. What's really cool and unique about Roofr is that our instant quote feature is not just something that sits on your website. We understand SEO is important. We understand it's a big part of it. But as Steve can attest to, the buyer journey nowadays is so much different than just going to a website. People go to your Instagram, people go to your videos, people go to Facebook, all that stuff. And if you kind of limit an instant estimating tool just to your website, you're only going to get that much of, like, depending on how many other channels you have, you only have one piece of the pie. So what we've done is we've created a really amazing tool that's going to allow you to put it on multiple sources, and you're going to be able to see where those sources come from. So you can put it on your Facebook, put it in your marketing videos, put it in your ads, put it on door hangers, drop it into group chats, drop it into a Facebook community group. And I'm going to question everybody here. Does anybody know what the most Googled phrase is by a roofer, by a homeowner looking for a new roof?
Roofr near me.
That's number 2. With 600
and how much does the new roof cost?
That's it, Pete. That is it. With 600 over 630,000 searches per year is how much does my roof cost? So you get a lot of information out there. And if you can, in the world of instant gratification, in the time of instant gratification, where Steve and Kendall are looking for a company cam shirt now, not tomorrow, now, you're going to want to be able to give these customers that right away. So if they can go on Amazon and order something, they're going to want to be able to find out that price right away. So what better way than marketing your thing as your instant estimator as how much does my roof cost? So once a customer clicks on that link, clicks on that ad, clicks on that website, anything else like that, you could type in the address. And as soon as they click in the address, it will instantly capture a square footage of that roof. Now, it's an approximate square footage, but it's fairly accurate based on AI, machine learning technology, as well as government data. So what else we have here is they would just go through this phase, say that it's a steep roof. I have asphalt on it right now. It's a residential. I want to go back with asphalt, and I'm looking to get it done now. I am interested in financing, and for anybody else out there interested in financing, talk to one of us. We've been around the block, and we know some great people out there, one of which was mentioned at the beginning of this call. So you could put in, they could put in things like, please help, it's leaking in my son's room.
I've never been able to type under pressure either.
I can't type when I'm not under pressure, let alone under pressure.
Me neither.
I'm surprised
Agreed.
they didn't spell sons with a Z. So so you can hit continue, and here's the part where the instant gratification comes in. They want the instant gratification. You're getting an actual roof quote within 30 seconds or less. That's fantastic. All they have to do is put in their information. And for you guys, for your roofers, you want to know who's on your ads. You want to know who's on your website. You want to know who's watching your videos. And having an IP address or just a name is not enough, because you want to be able to reach out to that person and see if they have any questions. So here's where you get your payoff. You put in stuff like this. Actually, I'll put in Steven's name. And wow, you jinxed me. 100% on the typing. Roofr.com, and then we'll put this in. So they can type in their email address, and then in instant, you're going to get quotes for everything that you offer. What's really cool is you're going to be able to now put in a good, better, best, custom offerings like rejuvenation, quoting options, all that stuff there. So you can really make it really detailed, customize all these features, and also have a carousel of different images to kind of break down what we're dealing with here. Here's some standing seam information, which is nice. Here's some tile roof information, which is nice, and have everything there. Now, in the Roofr backend, which is really nice and really cool here, is that you could see that we do have a bunch of leads in here, some of which do not have pricing. And why this is valuable is you'll instantly be able to know if this person is qualified or not, simply by if they touched this button at all. Once they have that in there, you'll see a refresh. We know how far along they've gone on their journey. Any questions so far?
Nice.
None so far.
Cool. I think one of the biggest things to note here, Kendall, too, is that, and I think that, you know, it's good for anybody listening to make this point, is that, you know, traditionally you have all of these different lead sources, right? You have your yard signs, your truck wraps, your door hangers, like Nick said, you know, maybe you're doing Facebook ads. You know, no telling all the different ways, you know, maybe you just have guys out there knocking doors, right? And how do you get all of those leads into a central location where it's easy to qualify them and keep track of them and see where they're at in the process? What the instant estimator allows you to do is it creates a funnel, right? It creates a captured device. You know, you take this URL, you attach it to a QR code, you put it on your yard sign, you put it on the side of your trucks, right? And now all of the different ways that you would generate leads, you can still use all of those marketing avenues, but now they all funnel back to the instant estimator, which funnels them all into this lead capture tool and into this leads list. So you have one central location where all your leads are populating, regardless of where they're coming from. And it's not someone sitting in an office all day manually entering, you're always going to have your phone calls that come into the office, but now you're not getting emails from Facebook that you got to lead and you got to enter it into your CRM, or, like someone calling off a yard sign or sending you an email that says, hey, I saw your door hanger and I need to get a quote. Like, now it's just all funneling right in here. So the time savings alone of all these leads funneling through this instant estimator and not having to reach out or manually enter them into a platform, is going to save you hours already before you've even done anything with the lead. Just the way that they're funneling in and being captured is already a time saver.
Right.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that you can put it on different platforms like that too. Not just your website, it's everywhere. I think just a shameless plug here, this would be cool to be able to add to a project map at Map, because our maps are found online. So it'd be cool to maybe somehow link that up, but we'll talk about that some other time.
Exactly. It's so easy.
Yeah, I love it though. I think it's awesome.
Because it's a shareable link. And to what Pete was talking about there, if you have multi-locations, don't worry, put them in multi-locations. If you want to see what ads are performing better, create a Facebook one, create a Google one. You can create any one there. You can use it per sales reps, for door knocking, for anything, just kind of see how they're performing and get everything moving as well. And at the end of the day, you can really get into the nitty gritty with everything. And look how much you could add in. This took me, like, I would say around 10 minutes to build out, where I was able to put on different, like, coatings, good, better, best on shingles, better and best on metal roofing, TVO, roof rejuvenation. The other thing too is, like, you could even do stuff like this, have a snow removal. Like, it's becoming into the snow season. A lot of us are up north. Pete, Steven, myself, Kendall, I'm not sure where you are at, but we get snow and roofing kind of slows down a little bit, but we still work. It's not completely off. It's slow season, not off season. And ways that we can kind of still can keep our company running, keeping our crews going. It could be a snow removal. And snow removal is normally calculated by the square footage, which the instant estimator can do. And you could add it in. You could have multiple photos like this, really market it, and just have a snow removal ad and send it out to people. This is a way where you can consistently make sure that you're busy, that you're always getting money, you always have revenue coming in, and you're going to take your company to the next level with it.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like about it too is now the ability to create the multiple estimators, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can set that up, especially, like, let's say I'm a guy that has a team of people door knocking, right? Each individual door knocker or salesman out there in the field can have their own instant estimator that's linked directly to them. So not only am I seeing what leads they're capturing during the day, but I'm seeing the quality of those leads, because I can look and see how many of those leads are we qualifying, right? So it gives me the ability to really quickly at a glance see what are my guys doing all day out there in the field, because especially, like, if they're a door knocker, right? Like, hey, you're a door knocker. What's better than knocking on the door? And, I get guys all the time that knock on my door. Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. We're doing a roof. Can we do an inspection, or we just want to introduce you to our product? Imagine being able to knock on the door and say, hey, give me 30 seconds and I'm going to tell you how much your roof would cost if you used us, right? That's a totally different conversation, right? So, if you had that in the hands of every single guy out there knocking a door, and they each had their own individual instant estimator, now you can track how many doors are they knocking, how many people are they actually running estimates for over the course of the day. So it's a really powerful tool now that you have the ability in here, which this is new, right, Nick? Just he's letting the secret out. This is brand new, the ability to create multiple instant estimators, for either around, individuals or around your advertising, or however you want to set that up.
Yeah, and you saw how easy it is just to duplicate it. Like, I took the one there and I created a door knocking instant estimator. It still has all the values in there. You could change it, you could make it up, you could add a roofing material from anything on there. It really simplifies the entire process, and it's completely customizable. One thing to keep in mind, this works for commercial, it works for residential, it works for shingles, metal, tile, cedar, rejuvenation, you name it, flat roofing, TPO, mod bit, EPDM, coatings, you name it. Any type of roof thing that you could think of, this is where it's going to get covered with. So the power of it's so crazy. And then once you have that funnel come in, as you can see, we have everything in the Roofr system. So you go back into it, you can mark something as working if you haven't got a hold of them, disqualified if it's not a qualified lead, new lead, and filter throughout them. And then once you go into this and you're giving that person a call back, you can see where that source came from. So that came from that instant estimator on our website, have everything broken down here, all the information. Now it's not a cold lead anymore, it's a warm lead. I could leave notes saying setting appointment tomorrow. And it will be name stamped, time stamped, and date stamped right there, which is really cool. I could assign it to one of my reps immediately right there as well. And then once I qualify this, the magic happens. And here's where it even comes in again with Project Map It. So right off the bat, we qualify it. It creates a customer record and a job record in Roofr, and that could be synced with a lot of different things. We have the lead record in here as well, and we could instantly order a Roofr report. Our Roofr reports are $10, no matter how big, no matter how small, and you'll be able to get them out within 3 hours or less. So you hit confirm. Oh, by the way, all secondary structures are included for that $10. And it's a premium report every time. It's not a perimeter measurement. It's not a just a simple report. It is a detailed report that's going to be back to you in 3 hours or less. Also, we do have a DIY option. And Pete, can you talk about some of the things that you love about this DIY tool? Because like last time you talked about it so well.
Yeah, well, I just love our measurement tool in general because, like I always say, you have a lot of tools out there and a lot of them are what I would consider all or nothing tools. You're either ordering a report or you're not. Right. And what the DIY tool allows you to do is it's added a toolbox here, essentially a suite of tools that we've given you to measure any situation. Right. So, if you're someone who wants an instant quote, or an instant report, you can measure it yourself and create an instant report on the spot. Download this as soon as you're done. Right. So if you don't even want to wait the 3 hours, maybe I'm at a house, I'm doing a job. The neighbor across the street says, hey, could you fire me up a proposal really quick and see what it would cost to do my roof? You could actually trace their house right here like Nick is doing in a matter of minutes, download an entire report and be able to push that right over into a proposal. So literally instantly on the spot, you could create it. We have I love it because we just have some amazing use cases. I know we have a guy who goes by uses inspections, right? That's his his tagline. Let me come and do a free inspection. And then he draws with this tool, rolls it straight into a proposal, and one call closes before he even leaves the house. We have another customer who uses it at home shows where he literally brings it up on the big screen, asks the homeowners that are walking around the home show for their address, draws their house on the spot right in front of them, and then is able to roll it right into a quote right there while they're standing there. So there's just so many flexible use cases of this, and it gives you so much ability. Plus, I love the fact that it allows you to actually upload your own photos. So if you're in, middle of nowhere out in the woods, or you're doing some farm country work and we don't have imagery for it, no big deal. You fly a drone, you take a picture, you upload it, and it creates this report same exact way that you would get as if you ordered it from us. And my favorite feature, the ability to draw blueprints. So you can actually upload a blueprint into our DIY tool right here and actually draw the blueprint and get your measurements. So fantastic for anyone that does new construction.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the possibilities become endless with it, and being like exactly like Pete said, if you're at a roof and the neighbor says, "Hey, give me a quote real quick," you don't have to wait that 24 hours or that 3 hours or less to get that measurement back. You'll have it almost instantly. You could draw it out, and it's really easy to use. And like Pete said, the blueprints and drones and uploading those images, those are $0. Can't beat free. And
yeah,
when it's free and it's badass and it works very well, it's crazy. You could even upload your own images. You could have a material breakdown of everything there, and just really simplifies that entire flow.
Mm-hmm.
And once you go into the
and one of the
here,
things, just to note too, one of the things that I love about the DIY feature is if you have a team of people, any kind of techs that do repair work, they don't have to draw the whole roof. If they just want to draw a section of the roof that needs to be repaired just to get a square footage of it, or, zero in on something, they have the ability to just sketch that piece of the roof. So it's an extremely handy tool for someone who is potentially quoting, maintenance jobs or repair jobs out in the field that are just looking for a small portion of the roof. Go quickly draw it in that DIY tool, get a quick square footage, push it over into proposal. And now you've got a really nice professional proposal that's built out of one of our templates in a matter of seconds for your repair guys to use over and over and over again on the spot, right? So they don't have to, write anything up. I mean, they're literally, can go to a house, do a quick inspection, literally bring up the drawing tool, draw it, push it into a proposal, and in a matter of minutes, they've got a professional proposal, even for a small repair job. So just a super powerful tool when it comes to that, because that's I think that's a huge untapped piece for a lot of roofers. And Obviously there aren't a lot of opportunities, of tools that cater to that. So the fact that our tool is flexible enough to really work well for the, for the person that's doing maintenance or repair work is a big, big plus.
Exactly.
So
it's crazy.
I'm loving the workflow. So you have the instant estimator that's multiple ways that you could utilize that. So you get the lead, you qualify it. Once it becomes qualified, now I've got a measurement tool that either Roofr or you guys will get a full detailed report to them within 3 hours for $10 or a DIY for free.
Exactly.
Correct? Am I summarizing it good so far?
Yes, but there's one step that's missing there, which is really cool, is that beautiful proposal with the project map in it.
The proposal. The workflow is good, man. The workflow,
there it is.
Show and sell, baby.
One show and sell all day. One thing to keep in mind too is with that company cam, shameless plug, you're welcome, company cam, with our amazing partners at company cam, we have a built-in integration where as soon as you create that project, that job and qualify that job in there, a project is created under the same address in company cam, so that you can kind of set everything up. The measurements will port directly into company cam, and the photos from company can be ported over right into your Roofr proposal. So you're talking about like a standard operating procedure, like ideal situation where you could have it like a lead comes in from the instant estimator, qualify it, instantly create something in company cam. You order a report, that report goes into company cam. They go out there, they can field verify the measurements while taking photos, and then those photos can come back into the proposal with the beautiful project map it. And how easy is it to do a proposal? Well, let me show you. Once you click on create a proposal, you can use the measurement that's already built out, whether you ordered it or DIY'd it, it's already here. Then you can go in and actually go into any of the templates, and you could have unlimited templates that you want, and build out, grab a good, better, best template and use this template. And in a matter of seconds, it's going to calculate those quantities based on those measurements and pull them directly into a multi-option proposal. So in a matter of seconds, I think that was, 3 seconds, Pete? I was able to transfer all those values directly over. A little bit less. So you can get in there and hit like the waste factor. You can hit the margin that you need. That's really nice and easy. You already have your project map at PDF directly in here, which is important. You could hide line items. You could add different features that could import from another template. Maybe they need a tarping job on there. I could import that, and they want Atlas as well. And all those values will automatically update as well. I don't have to go back in and change anything or fill out anything and make the mistake of missing a decimal point. You can have everything built right in within seconds. And then when you're ready to preview and send it, it's ready to rock and roll, and it's ready to be presented to the customer if you're doing the one-step close at the kitchen table in your first visit, or if you're sending it out to them via email, you're able to kind of have that kind of listed out right now. And what better to show everybody off and show everybody off of what you've done than to show the project map in there as well. Show and sell. So the proposal here, you have a beautiful, you could put a photo of the front of the home. You could have your logo, everything. You could have an introduction page on like why choose us, sell your company before you sell the product. And then you get into the actual description of the products, and you could have the descriptions on each one of those line items to educate, be transparent about it, really kind of sell that person on there. Then that's 1 quote, that's 2 quote, that's 3 quote, that's 4 quote, that's 5, and that's 6 quotes. Real quick, and being able to send that out loud in seconds.
Wow.
And it looks beautiful. It's quick. It's speed to lead, right, Pete? And it really opens that up.
There it is.
So how long, once you build out the templates and everything, how long does it really take, honestly, to get them, not even get the measurements? We know you wait either 3 hours or you do it yourself, but to build that proposal, really 4 minutes or less?
Oh yeah, total thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get it out quick.
I mean, to me, I talk to people all the time, obviously, and so Kendall, this is what we would build out. We have a couple templates, but we could build something like this out that you can put in every proposal, right? Here's your good, better, and best, and here's the reason you should pick us, and it'll take you right to your portfolio to showcase why, the locations that you serve and all that. So we can add a PDF into these Roofr proposals. I think it's amazing. When I talk to roofers, a lot of people are saying, I mean, 60% of people are like, oh no, our proposals, we just either handwrite it and give it to them, or we email a Microsoft Word template that we fix up. This proposal, if you just funnel through it again, Nick, whenever you can here, it adds this professionalism, right? You've got this amazing roofer proposal that literally took only 3 minutes to build out once you got your roof measurement. And it's professional, and it literally will stand out over the competition, right? Every homeowner, I don't know what the average is. Isn't it like 3 estimates per home? Like, isn't that what the average is? Do you guys know?
Yep.
It's like 3 estimates. 3 homeowners getting 2 or 3 estimates. This will help you stand out over the other 2 companies, you know? And it doesn't take any time. I guarantee you, for the people that even do paper pencil that doesn't show professionalism, that would take probably more than 4 minutes, right? Absolutely. Here, you're clicking some buttons, use this template, add this template, and boom, you're sending this to somebody. I mean, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, and the reality of it,
think about it too.
The reality of it too is that not only did Nick build this professional proposal, but he actually built 6 different quotes in 4 minutes. He literally had 6 different contracts on there, right? 6 different potential options for the customer to sign that were all calculated inside of 4 minutes, right? So because of all he did was set up that mapping and set up those templates to accommodate that measurement, and it just maps the quantities automatically for you. You go in, you tweak your margin, you know, it takes a couple minutes. You know, maybe you have to add a line item or 2, you know, depending on what the scenario is. And, you know, he literally created 6 quotes in under 5 minutes, you know, so that's a powerful tool, right? You know, it's you're not having to create separate quotes for things like if you guys do siding, or you guys do gutters, or, you know, other things besides just roofing. You can throw them all on there. And, you know, like Nick's showing here, a good, better, best option. We also have a multi-option selection where the customer can cherry pick and pick, you know, 4 out of 6 options if they wanted to here. So, you know, you can offer them, you know, a bunch of different options as to the way you want to set this contract up. And then they can, you know, work inside of that. And, you know, having that flexibility, now you're putting it all in one document. You're not having to send them separate quotes and have your team creating different quotes for things that you might want to quote them. You know, this is great for like multi-building, you know, like Nick and I do a lot of stuff with people that work inside of like multi-buildings, or, you know, like in apartment complexes and stuff. You could quote all the buildings on one contract now and let them cherry pick which ones they want to do. So there's just so much power and flexibility in this tool. It's just really incredible. And how easy it is to set up to get there is just, it's nuts, you know, like in comparison to what traditionally we would do. You know, like I said, I came from a CRM background, and to do something like this, even at our CRM, would take weeks, you know, to get that dialed in and work with our team to help you build it, you know, and Nick can speak.
That's true, because I know your old CRM, and it would take that long.
Yeah,
they're a great CRM. We're partnered with them, but you're right. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, but it was a very customized process that took a lot of time and development to get it right. And you know, Nick can speak to the fact that this is so easy to set up. Like, you can build out templates, Nick, less than an hour, right? Catalog and templates probably in less than an hour.
Yeah, and we our onboarding's free, our customer success is free, and we work with you guys to make sure that we can do this within an hour. And it's just so simple, because what's beautiful about the Roofr system as well is all of the people here, we're totally invested in you guys succeeding. That's why we give a lot of things up front for free, because we want to make sure your success is our success. And we talk to hundreds of roofers a week. So if you're running into something that is difficult, that you don't know how to overcome, and you're trying to come up with a new idea, ask your customer success manager. They've heard it all. They've seen it all. They'll be able to tell you how Bob's Roofing in Iowa is doing something differently that might be able to help you out at Jim's Roofing in Maryland. Like, those kind of things are really available and really easy to do. And to the point of that CRM thing, Stephen and Pete, we could link it with a lot of the CRMs. We have a beautiful Zapier integration, and with that CRM in particular, they have a beautiful open API that we could work with. So you could have everything kind of work to and from and be friends with all that. And the last thing I'll mention on this quote here, maybe Kendall, you can answer this too. What are the main questions that a homeowner asks you when you're about to present a quote?
Well, honestly, I'm not usually the one that presents the quote.
No worries.
So,
well, typically, what and correct me if I'm wrong from you guys watching, that if and everyone here, the main things that they're going to ask about is, what's your company? Tell me about your company. What have you done? What are you certified in? So this page solves it. Tell me about the product. Why do you have to install everything that you're doing? Description and everything right here. Tell me about the colors that are available and everything else like that. There you are. Tell me about the specs of those shingles. There you are. Breaking it down. Tell me about some reviews that you have. Well, here you are. Can you show me some of your past projects? Well, here you are. The project map, it really covers most of these questions. Show me a ICO driftwood roof. Well, here you are. You can go into project map and open it up. Tell me about the extras and everything. Here it is. You could really put in everything, even like, what does my roof look like now? Why do I need your roof done? Well, Mrs. Jones, you're missing half your shingles, so that's probably a bad roof. Probably an extreme example, but like, all these things are so easy. And then for you to be able to track it, because we know follow-up is one of the hardest things in the business to do.
right.
You can actually send this out to them. And when you send it out to them, they get a beautiful email. And for you at home, when you're looking at this and on the couch and you're just trying to think about, hey, has Mrs. Jones looked at my email? Well, yes, she has. You can see every single time that she's looked at that email. Breaking it down piece by piece, you can see if they haven't opened it. These are sales indicators that are going to make you win. You're going to be able to follow up and say, hey, you viewed it 7 times. Do you have any questions? And then follow up with the show and sell. Follow up with all that information, because now you have everything in front of them.
That's awesome.
No, that
what is the
cool.
What's the cost, guys? And do you have any? Do you want to talk about the partnership discount because of our relationship?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. The cost of everything here, we have multiple different plans here. We have Pro, Premium. We also have a free. To get started up with us, it's free. You get your first measurement for free, first 3 DIYs for free, first 5 proposals for free. But we have 3 plans. Everything that we showed you today, though, on this call, that has the instant estimator, the customers, the jobs, the proposals, the measurements, is a very low cost at $3,228. That breaks down to like $269 a month. Super easy to kind of work with there. You close what, Pete? 1 job and it's paid for the year?
Pretty much. Yep.
It's nuts. And with our lovely friends at Project
Maybe
Map,
1.5.
Maybe one and a half. That's fair.
Well,
I'll solve for that half. I'll solve with that half right now with the discount. So you get 5% off on that on the annuals with the Project Map It. If you're with Project Map It and you come to us after hearing this, then 100% we're going to give you that discount. If you're looking at one of the other plans and there are month-to-month options, you get 20% off your month-to-month option, 5% off your annual, because the annual is already severely discounted. So that's some of the amazing options out there.
Do you have any questions?
Oh no, sorry. So we have Roofr, but we must have like the base level version, because we pull a lot of our reports with you guys. But I think they're like $15 a report. So I'm not really sure why we haven't, switched over, honestly. Because all of this kind of sounds like, I know Jose has talked to me about, possibly me getting into doing the estimates, learning how to do the estimates, and seeing how you guys break it down really feels like, or it looks like it's fairly easy to follow. And for someone who doesn't know much about roofs like me, it seems like a great learning tool as well. So no, I think this was all awesome. And again, I didn't know there was so much to Roofr. I really thought it was just pulling roofing reports, because that's all we've used with you guys.
So it's what they used to be, right? You used to be just roof measurement. So that you probably just you probably just haven't followed the progression. And the cool thing, and I'll speak to it on the software side of things, when you're a software company like us and Roofr, the cool thing about software is we always get better. We're always trying to think of ways to improve it, to match the needs, or to keep up with the needs of our contractors. These guys, just like we do, I feel like do a great job hearing what their contractors are looking for and pivoting and making that software better. And that's what they've done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jose just doesn't realize that. So now Jose knows it, and this is recorded, so he can look it over, and you guys
right.
You can up that pro plan. And since you're going to be taking over all the roofer stuff and the Project Map It stuff, maybe I probably shouldn't say this. This is recorded. Maybe ask for a little bit of a raise or something.
Right. Just throw that in there. Why not? It's worth a shot.
Right. Right.
Pete can talk about like how much of the like processes that there it is. I said it properly that time, Pete. How much of the processes have been cleaned up with our clients just using Roofr from end to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you
it's definitely
usually say processes.
I say processes.
They say processes.
Yeah. Sorry,
trying
Pete,
to make them a bit.
Yeah. I like processes. Go for it, Pete. Sorry.
No, I just think, it is a great tool for cleaning up that whole sales process, right? Like as you were saying that, kind of like you were saying, oh, he wants me to take over, the estimating piece. But imagine you and Jose being able to sit down and build templates that now you don't even have to take over the estimating piece because it's so streamlined that the salesman can actually do their own estimates, right? Like all they have to do is take that measurement that's been created, plug it into a template, and it kicks them out a finished proposal that they can, just show right to the homeowner. So it literally could eliminate that need for that in the process, and you can just oversee what those guys are doing, but you don't have to worry about them, bringing it back to you or sending you information and you having to create that proposal for them. You can literally streamline it to the point that they could create it in a matter of minutes while they're sitting in their truck or standing at the homeowner's door. So, it just makes the whole front end of the process, the sales portion, so efficient and so clean that it's really, we've done a really good job with that, and the product has stayed very simple and easy to use, which, like you said, is great for someone learning it and also for getting your sales guys to adopt it, right? Because I know from a CRM background, one of the hardest things to get is salesman adoption, right? They're very set in their ways. They think they all know the best way to sell it, and it's very difficult to get them to try a new tool unless it's easy to use and they realize very quickly that it's going to streamline their day. So,
and make them more money.
Yeah. And ultimately make them more money. So, and I think we've done a really good job at Roofr of making this a very easy tool to set up and to execute so that these guys can jump right on it and use it right away.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, sweet. Well, guys, I learned some today, and I love the new upgrade. That's pretty freaking phenomenal. Yeah. So I'm excited about that for sure.